Welcome to AutoDelight, a channel for car enthusiasts, and today we will be reviewing a 2017 Mazda Miata RF. Before we get into the review, let's go over the different models and trims for the MX-5 Miata. There are two variants of the Miata. There's the soft top fully convertible and the RF target top. If you decide on choosing a soft top Miata, you do have three different trims to choose from. The sports trim, which is the more basic trim, the club edition, which is more of the sportier trim that actually comes with strut bar, sports tune suspension, limited slip differential, and the Grand Touring trim, which comes with all the bells and whistles, including a leather interior and all the active safety features. If you decide on getting the RF model, you get two different trims instead of three trims. The sports trims is cancelled out, and then the lowest trim on the RF model is the club, which again comes with the front strut bar, sports tune suspension, and limited slip differential. And then there's a Grand Touring trim, which comes with the leather interior, all the safety features, and then the navigation system. In the US, the Miata is powered by a 2.0-liter Skyactiv engine, which creates 155 horsepower with 148 pounds-feet of torque. Outside of the North American market, there is a 1.5-liter engine, which creates 129 horsepower and 111 pound-feet of torque. Gone are the days of the happy Miata face, and now with the new generation of the Miata, it's a lot more aggressive, a lot more sinister looking, with these LED headlights and these LED taillights. That kind of remind me of the Jaguar XKR, I believe, taillights. The angular front fenders and the protruding rear fenders contribute to the sporty appearance of the MX-5. If you do opt for the Club Edition, which I did, you see that it comes with a front lip and a black rear spoiler. It's a lip spoiler. But if you opt for the BBS Brembo package, it actually comes with the side skirts, the rear diffuser, 17-inch BBS wheels, and red Brembo brakes. Another thing that I really love about the appearance of the MX-5 is the shorter trunk and the longer hood, which gives it a very sporty appearance. So the cool thing that Mazda did with the RF is that with the top down and folded in, you actually don't even lose trunk space, and it has the same trunk space as the soft top. A disadvantage of the RF over the soft top Miata is this little panel right here. It's not really little, it's a giant panel. But this panel does significantly hinder your blind spot vision from the interior of your car. And these are fake windows, so they're here just for aesthetic purposes. The only saving grace that you have is that you do have blind spot monitoring on the side view mirrors. That does beep every time there's a car in your blind spot. And even on the 2017s, to be totally honest with you, it's not that accurate in terms of sometimes it beeps, sometimes it doesn't, when depending on how big the vehicle is next to you. RF does come with a unique design. It actually adds additional headroom with this hardtop, but you also get that hatch look, which is what RF means, is a retractable fastback. The RF's interior is exactly the same as the soft top's interior, except for the addition of the roof's operation switch, which is conveniently located under the HVAC controls and right in front of the shifter. And if you'll notice, a nifty thing that they added on the left side of your gauge cluster is an LCD screen, so when you actually open and close it, it shows a little pretty animation of it. Let's go ahead and open it. And ta-da, your top is open. Bam! Something important to know is that you can only open or close the top within a speed limit of 6 miles per hour or less. The gauge cluster is simple to read and sports oriented, with the tach in the center and your speedometer on the right. On the left is your LCD information display that was new in 2017 and became standard for both hardtop and soft top. The LCD information displays can be controlled using the info button on the steering wheel to show trip meter or your next service. Other controls on your steering wheel are your volume up and down for both media and calls, as well as your voice function button. Below that is your Bluetooth accept and decline call buttons, and above that is your track forward and back buttons. On the other side of your steering wheel are your cruise control buttons to turn on or off, as well as to set or resume your speed controls. The HVAC controls are very intuitive. Max AC on the very left, max heat on the very right. To turn it on, go ahead and just turn on the vent, and to turn on the AC, just go to max AC or press the button. Your fan controls are right over here, as well as your dials to tell you if you want it from the front or the bottom, your windshield and bottom, I guess, and your windshield. Behind the shifter is your infotainment controls. You got your main control knob, your media, home, and nav quick buttons. The knob does act like a joystick as well. Behind that is the volume control, and if you press down on it, it's the mute button as well. Then you also got your favorite button and your back button. To the right of the roof operation switch is the two USB connectors and the auxiliary port. The infotainment system is easy to use and to navigate through. Icons are large and easily readable. There are several ways to listen to music in the Miata, like Bluetooth, USB, aux port, single CD disc player, as well as series radio and basic AM/FM radio. The Club does not come with the navigation software, but can be purchased separately and installed at the dealer. A nice throwback to previous Miatas is that this Miata does come with the speaker in the headrest, which makes it easier to listen to music and listen to phone calls while the top is down. One of the quirky things about the MD Miata for both the soft top and the hard top is how awesomely designed these sun visors are. If you want to see something super inspiring, you look at these sun visors and how Spartan they are compared to other sun visors. Look at that, not even a makeup light. I'm sure for guys it doesn't matter, for girls this might be a problem. Another interesting feature about the Miata is that there's no glove box. For storage, you have the storage right over here, right next to your seats, that can actually hold decent stuff, as well as the storage right over here on your center display. I keep my garage door opener in there. Cup holders are located right over here, and a cool feature about this is if you take, you can actually relocate this to this spot. Lock it in, and there you go. Another thing to note is that behind your passenger seat there is a secret compartment that's right over here. You can remove it and you can fit something in there like snacks or a drink, or I don't know, whatever you decide I want to put back here. Another interesting thing to know about your interior is that this upper trim on your door is determinant on the color of your car. So if I had a black Miata, this would be black. If I had a gray Miata, this would be gray. So that's a pretty cool thing to know. And it actually goes all the way to your interior dash. As you can tell, I never took off the white tape out of mine, but trust me, it is white. The trunk actually is a decent size, so if you're going out on the weekend, you can actually put a weekend bag in here and go out on the road. If you plan on going out for more than a weekend, might not be enough room for you. As you can tell, mine is filled with all my filming equipment, and it holds everything quite well. So it does well for me, and it's a good daily driver for me. Another thing to note that comes in your Miata is a little air pump for your tires in case it will flat, as well as the things that you need for your jack. Another cool thing about the trunk here is that you actually have a light. What is it like driving in the MX-5? It's like rolling butter on a warm piece of toast. It's like getting the last kill in Call of Duty. It's like eating never-ending pasta bowl at Olive Garden and getting your 4th refill. It's like driving a really big go-kart, and that is exactly the feel I get when I drive this car. It's nimble, agile, precise. It goes where you want to go, and it's really easy to control. The MX-5 is the epitome of Mazda's ethos of rider and horse together as one. Despite having electronically assisted steering, the MX-5 provides great feedback of the road conditions. This feedback gives the driver an understanding of the current road conditions that help the driver decide how to attack the road. The MX-5 also provides a bit of body roll to aid the driver during cornering to prevent the driver from going past the limits of its traction. Oversteering can still happen, but it's easily controllable and does not happen surprisingly. That's what's wonderful about a low-weight and balanced car like the MX-5. Steering is light and easy to rotate, as well as precise, and unlike other vehicles, there is no dead zone when rotating the steering wheel. The MX-5 reacts to the driver's input and goes where you want it to go. The shifter is one of the best I've ever used. Throws are short and locks into gear very nicely. It also feels very effortless to shift. The clutch is light and the engagement point takes very little effort, which may be in contrast to those who drive higher horsepower cars. There is a little bit of wind noise, but it's not as much as the soft top MX-5. The seats are comfortable and decently holding in place, but I imagine that the newer cars are better suited for that. For me, being 5'6", I fit perfectly in the car. They did add telescopic steering in 2019 to help allow for more adjustments for the different heights, but you do have tilt steering. The car has very linear acceleration, and overtaking is possible without having to downshift. Brakes engage immediately, and with the optional Brembo brakes, brake fade occurs later than the normal brakes would. MX-5 is a great weekend car or a great daily driver. The car is practical enough to take around the city, get some groceries in, carry your briefcase or your work backpack in. The car is fun and engaging and can make a dull commute fun. You don't get that wide open convertible feel as a soft top, but it still gives you an open feel, especially when cruising down the freeway. If on a day-to-day you need to carry a lot of cargo or more than one other passenger, this definitely is not the car for you. But if you want to have fun and appreciate the freedom of driving, this definitely is your car. I hope you enjoyed this review of the 2017 Mazda MX-5 RF. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to see more reviews, showcases, and other automotive stuff. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram for some behind the scenes footage, as well as some teasers and other fun stuff. Again, thank you for watching. Peace!